Hello and welcome to the Aid Station. Today I'm excited to be heading to one of the most beautiful cities in the world, Prague in the Czech Republic, where we meet Carlo Capalbo, the president of RunCzech, and also for many years on the Road Running Commission of World Athletics. Carlo, so wonderful to see you again. Thank you for making the time.
Oh, thank you for having me. Good day to everybody.
You live in such a beautiful city. We last caught up when I was there. I think it was September last year at the European Business of Running Conference. It was a wonderful experience in your beautiful city to witness your 10K event, which is an amazing event. You, RunCzech, have been leaders in innovation in the industry for many years. You do so many amazing things. But I'd love to start, before we get to that, with a little bit of your background, please, Carlo.
Yes, thank you. So I was born in Italy by an Italian dad and a French mom. I was raised there. And until my, let's say, mid 24, 25, I was indeed educated to be a perfect business person. So I had my university, I had a second university, then I had an MBA in the States. Then I started working on Wall Street. And that was my first part of, let's say, my professional life. And that's ended in 92. At that time, I was managing a company that maybe all the people like me, they remember, is War Perfect. And I was managing it for Europe. It was a very exciting job and so on, but very intense. So in 92 or 93, I thought maybe it's better that I come back to work more close to the people and not only to sell a software solution around to corporations. And that would be ideal if I can come back to the sport, because I was a professional sportman, not in running. I was running a lot, but running as a support to my main sport, that was rugby. So I played rugby until 22 or 23. Then I put my tie and I start to, look like a serious person. So in 93, after having, let's say, completed my task and having opened this, what is World Perfect all over Europe, at that time it was the same big as Microsoft in terms of application software, I decided to take a new challenge. And very honestly, I did not have a very clear plan. But my first employer, that is a consulting company, McKinsey, offered me a job in Czech Republic, Czechoslovakia at that time. And the job was connected with European Union, try to basically take those big conglomerate, make them appealing for Western investors. Yeah. So that was my job. I moved to Czech Republic for 2 months. Then my job with McKinsey ended, but I decided to stay. And Czech Republic is famous, as you said, because it's an extremely beautiful place to live. There is the best beer in the world, they claim. I confirm. Fantastic crystal, and is also famous for beautiful ladies. So Chris, suddenly I doubled the number of my Italian friends because everybody called me, Carlo, you remember about me? We were at the school together, schoolmate. I'm coming to Prague, So among them, there was one gentleman that by chance he got a few titles, including a gold medal at the Olympic in Seoul. Is Gelindo Bordin. He won the Boston champion of the world, champion of Europe, and so on.
Yeah.
And we went here, in Italy, you say, let's go for coffee. Here you say, let's go for beer. Even at unusual time during the day, here at 11 o'clock in the morning or in the late morning. So me and Gelindo, we went for a drink. We didn't see each other from such a long time. And after, here they have these bad habits that when they see your glass almost empty, they come. You don't need to order
fill it up for you.
the next beer. So Gelindo, after the second beer, said, Carlo, why we do not organize a marathon? I said, Gelindo, you are crazy. I am very busy. I am not a runner. I did run in my life, many half marathons and so on, but I can organize beautiful parties. I can manage companies. My last job, I had about 200 employees, still very young, so it was difficult. But a marathon, I never thought about. Anyway, just to be short, after 2 hours, that was 93. So he went inside in the pub. There was no mobile phone. He asked for the telephone, the landline, and he called Mr. Zatopek because they were friends.
Yeah.
So we ended, after the 3 beers, we ended in the house of Mr. Zatopek. For me, was an idol. When I was young, my mom was calling him the human locomotive. So we met Mr. Zatopek and so on. After 4 hours, after in the evening, we came out, me and Gelindo. I avoided to tell you the conditions because it make us trying these Moravian drinks. But my most important things, I had the napkins with the first course of a Prague marathon.
Wow.
And that's how everything started. And from that time, now RunCzech make run all over the world directly over 130,000 people. RunCzech is 8 world records, 7 gold labels. And that is a pure success story because we started in this country when the country was in the most dynamic period of in the history of the country. Everything was booming. People were accepting new things. And we started this event that now, according to the last research the CTD had, when they asked to the people, which is the best day of the year for you, most of them, they say when the Prague Marathon takes place. So we created something for the country that goes much beyond the sport.
Wow.
We operate altogether 45 events, and we are a group of close friends that we work together from 15, 20, you know most of them. And until this pandemic came, that pushed us to find a new measure and sometimes to take tough decisions. This was the most perfect success story. And I am very confident, Chris, don't think I'm crazy, that soon will be even more successful and stronger.
That's
That's
an amazing story. You know, it takes me back. Word Perfect, I used to run that. Rugby, I love rugby, having grown up in Zimbabwe and South Africa. And Emil Zatopek, my dad was a 10,000 meter runner, and he always used to speak about Emil Zatopek, and I used to watch him as well, and the tapes and whatever. So many wonderful stories, and wow, congratulations. And I totally agree with you. I think there are going to be so many incredible opportunities, and we were talking a little bit before we started recording. That you know, our industry is going to go through undoubtedly some challenges, but we will return stronger with many wonderful opportunities to impact the lives of people as you have done. Tell us a little bit about you. You just mentioned there's some amazing initiatives that you're working on. You've been doing some unique venue events. You're talking about the airport. Share with us, please, a little bit about what you've achieved during this time, because it's been equally remarkable when you compare with what's happening in other parts of the world where nothing's happening. You've already delivered events for 12,000 people in the last few months by coming up with some really innovative ideas. I'd love to hear a little bit more about that from the viewer's perspective.
Well, let's start March and April. They were very bad. I was very depressed, alone in my office, going, you know, around calling friends and trying to find support. And of course, after Easter, I mean, I watched myself in the mirror and I said, we need to react, Carlo. If not, we go, you know, there is start the agony and then the end. So in keeping being alone in the city because my family by chance was on holiday. So I kept them on holiday, not to ask them to come back to the city. So I went to the airport. I was used to fly once a week or once every 2 weeks. Airplanes are my hobby. You know, when you wait, you study things and so on. And I went to the airport. and the airport was completely empty. The planes, Prague is quite a busy airport, you know, about with over 25 million and a thousand and hundred thousands of passengers, millions of passengers. But see the airport with anybody walking, all check-in closed. And then on the big table, departure, zero, no departure. I said, oh my God. But then I watched around and I said, maybe this is my chance because I could never do anything at the airport unless in this period. So I got a little bit of energy. I came back home and I wrote a mail to the general manager because Prague Airport is one of our partners. I started the letter. Maybe you will not say me hello anymore, but I need to tell you this idea. And then indeed, this ended with the beautiful race, 3,000 people and so on. So he said yes, basically. We had the airports. So I said, if Prague, which the biggest airport, say yes, also the regional airport, they should say yes. So in June, we prepared a lot of new crazy idea. Some of them I don't even mention because if not, you will cut the interview. But, and so we started at the end of June and we did one race at the airport. The format is that we do sunset. We do on a runway, on the real runway. And in Prague, there were airplane taxiing around us and they were diverting their course because we were running. So I will send you the film. Maybe you will
love to see it.
So we started one race at the airport, sunset, breakfast the next morning, family, bambini. Basically, we understand that we have also, we do business with running, it's our work, but we also have a civil right to offer to people that have been closed, indeed locked down for 2 months, to offer opportunity to have fun, to move, to be together, and to interact, to be social. So we did in the airport in Carlo Vivari, then we did another airport, then we did in Prague, then not happy, we did something else and we ran under the cellar of the 400, 600, 500 years old brewery, where indeed the beer was invented, you know, and then we did something in the Autodrome where they do the MotoGP. So all these unique place, which we had a fantastic reaction from the people, because, you know, the only positive things in this pandemic is that, for what regard our industry, that the number of runners increased dramatically because the people could only run. So we opened a running school in our office. We are lucky. I don't know if you remember our office. We have a big space. So we opened a running school. We opened a social run. And until today, exactly, we put together 11,661 people registered that they enjoyed. They had some indeed good time. And that is our job. At the end of the day, our job is to create human opportunities. So to create a world-class event, and that is what we try. But our sport is a little bit special. Compared to other sports, generate a very high health impact. In a couple of years, Chris, the administration will ask us, please organize something and make move my people. Generate a big social impact. The charity, we don't reach the level of London and New York, but I believe that each one of us contribute as a promotional aspect, because when you go live on TV, people just watch the city and then they want to come physically and visit it. So what we do, this is what I call human opportunities that we offer. So we felt a little bit morally obliged to offer this platform. And it's not finished because in September, October, we have the program, because you know that the big races are moved to 21, 22, but the smaller races up to 5,000 people, we will try to operate in September and October. We have a calendar, our Euro Heroes project. So we have 5 race for up to 5,000 people. We will operate them following and in compliance with all the regulation, different start. What we did indeed at the airports and in the brewery before.
Yeah.
So different start, masks, hygiene, the disinfections, and all those things. We work very close with institutions. We agree together. Even we share the risk, because a mayor or a governor of a region, he take a very big risk to sign under a permission
to bring
for
you in.
5,000
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So we usually create a mixed organizing team where people of the institutions and the regions are into the team. So we decide together if to do, how to do, which are the risks, and the risks then are shared.
It's one, and again, this is one of the things that I see. You spoke of, some of the great things that have come out of this, and one of those is, this collaboration we see across the industry, the partnership, the sharing. You mentioned that you're going on a call shortly after this with Lord Coe to speak to, federations around the world to share your ideas, and I absolutely love that. I'd love to. Time's ticking fast, but I'd love to get a sense of where you see the industry in 5 years' time. I mean, this is, we're obviously going through a period of challenge, but we see a bright light. But what do you think the industry will look like in 5 years, Carlo?
I think the industry will change slightly. We will start properly maybe in the last quarter of 21, because the first 6 months of 21 will be difficult, mainly because people have fear to move. So we need to concentrate on local events. We need to grow local events. We need to invent new products. How the industry will be? Chris, you watch Tour de France?
Yes, yeah. Love the Tour de France, yes.
Now I make you a difficult question. You remember the name of the winner?
Depends what year you talk about, but sometimes I do. But I know where you're leading. I remember the beautiful scenery and everything about France. I think, and the crowds is what you probably.
And you remember much more the name of the team.
Yeah.
I remember. I know the name of the winner just because I got prepared before. And then this is a Colombian guy, which he lives in Italy. Indeed, he's Italian, so I know the name.
Yes.
But I remember much more the name of the team behind.
Yeah.
Before it was a Sky team.
Yes.
Now it's Ignis. Yes.
Yes, yeah.
So that's what will happen in running.
Yes.
Until in 5 years' time or in 3 years' time, when you talk about a race, who won this race, you will mention not only the name of the winner, which many people don't even know and don't even remember, but people will remember about the team. Mm-hmm. And because we are still as a sport in the second tier,
yes,
because we do not enjoy the fun engagement as does rugby, football, hockey. In order to avoid this, and in order to fix this is the main problem, what we did, we created the RunCzech racing, and those people, they live here. We even give them a Czech nickname to make them more familiar with the local environment. Mm-hmm. We created Euro Heroes because we understand that we need legend. Euro Heroes is a project that aims to identify, promote, and develop European athletes, because we need dramatically legend, heroes to support.
Yes.
Because the heroes, they live, most of them, in East Africa. Yes. And for us are unknown. You will see that in 3 years' time, when you talk about Singapore Marathon, you will name the name of the winner, But most important, you will name the name of the team behind. Because when we will start to talk and to think in a team, then we can go on the first tier. Because in order to belong to the first tier of sport, we need to think about teams, not individuals. When you say that Barcelona or win a match, you don't say Messi has won the match.
Yeah.
You say Messi has scored, but the team is Barcelona.
Yeah.
And you will say in the running, Joker has won, but the team is RunCzech Racing or NN.
Mm.
That's and because the teams are European, so are recognizable. So in 3 years' time, hopefully, we will see people supporting, and being engaged with the team.
Mm-hmm.
And then through the team, they say, oh my God, this team is extremely strong. He has this team, 25 athletes, 10 out of them are the best in the world. And then at that time, the people get interested in the individuals, but through the team. So if you watch again, I don't know if you have in the archive, the Tour de France of 19, and you see the TV graphics,
Yeah.
you see that individuals, distance projections, and always the team.
The team, yeah. No, it's a wonderful thought process. I love the idea, and what I've been saying for ages, the challenge that we have is that engagement with the athletes, and it's a wonderful perspective. Carlo, I really appreciate talking to you. It's been amazing. We could talk for another hour, I'm sure, but for the viewers, we want to give it bite-sized enough so that they can listen to it. But it's been so wonderful. I look forward to catching up with you. Applaud you on the incredible initiatives that you've created and continue to create. And hopefully it's not long before I'll be back in your beautiful city having a number of those beautiful beers with you in Prague. Thank you so much, Carlo.
Thank you, Chris, and stay tuned on the Czech channels because maybe the 5th of September is something is quite remarkable with the worldwide impact is going to happen.
Wow, I look forward to that. So we'll make sure this is probably going to be going out tomorrow or the next day, so people have got plenty of warning to tune in on the 5th of September. Great little insight.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Carlo.
Bye-bye.